The real difference between good carbs and bad carbs. What if the foods you've been blaming for weight gain aren't actually the problem? What if carbs themselves are not the enemy, but the type of carbs you choose? For years, carbs have been judged, feared, and misunderstood. People cut them, avoid them, and torture themselves trying to live without them. But the truth is simple: carbs are not bad. Only the wrong kind of carbs slow your energy, spike your hunger, and make you gain weight. The right kind of carbs can fuel your brain and boost your metabolism and transform your health. Let's uncover the real difference between good carbs and bad carbs and why choosing wisely can change everything. What carbs actually are. Carbohydrates are your body's main source of energy. Your brain runs on them. Your muscles use them for fuel. Even your cells depend on them for survival. Carbs break down into glucose, which gives your body the power to move, think, breathe, and function. But not all carbs work the same way. Some give you steady, long-lasting energy, others drain you, spike your blood sugar, and leave you craving more. Understanding the difference is the key to eating carbs without guilt. The two types of carbs. Carbs fall into two main categories: complex carbs and simple carbs. Complex carbs digest slowly. They break down gradually and provide steady energy. These are often called good carbs because they contain fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and nutrients that stabilize your blood sugar. Simple carbs digest fast. They spike your blood sugar and cause energy crashes shortly after. These are often called bad carbs because they trigger cravings, overeating, and weight gain. But the real difference goes much deeper than slow versus fast digestion. Good carbs: slow, steady, satisfying. Good carbs come from whole, unprocessed foods. They contain fiber, which slows digestion, keeps you full, and prevents blood sugar spikes. They also contain nutrients that support gut health, metabolism, and energy. When you eat good carbs, your body stays balanced, your appetite stays stable, your energy remains steady for hours. These carbs protect your heart, improve digestion, and help with weight control. Some of the best sources include oats, quiche, brown rice, sweet potatoes, beans, lentils, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains. Bad carbs: fast, empty, and addictive. Bad carbs are usually processed, refined, and stripped of fiber. They digest quickly and dump a rush of sugar into your bloodstream. This gives you an instant burst of energy followed by a sudden crash. That crash tricks your brain into thinking it needs more sugar. The cycle repeats again and again. These carbs trigger cravings, keep you hungry, and cause fat storage around the belly. The most common sources include white bread, pastries, sugary cereals, white rice, soft drinks, chips, sweets, and processed snacks. Bad carbs are engineered to be hyper enjoyable and addictive, which is why people overeat them easily. Why good carbs help with weight loss. Good carbs support weight loss because fiber keeps you satisfied. When food digests slowly, your body maintains a stable blood sugar level, which prevents overeating and emotional hunger. Fiber-rich carbs also require more energy to digest, meaning your body burns more calories simply by processing them. Good carbs also help regulate hormones that control appetite, especially ghrelin and leptin. When these hormones are balanced, you naturally eat less without trying. This is why people who eat the whole grains, fruits, and vegetables often lose weight without counting calories. Why bad carbs cause weight gain. Bad carbs lead to weight gain because they raise your blood sugar rapidly. When blood sugar spikes, your blood releases a huge amount of insulin to bring it down. Insulin removes sugar from the bloodstream and stores it as fat, especially around the belly. The sugar high fades quickly, leaving you tired, hungry, and craving more. This cycle of spike and crash leads to overeating, emotional eating, and constant hunger. Over time, the body becomes less responsive to insulin, leading to insulin resistance, a condition strongly linked to obesity. How carbs affect your brain. Carbs have a powerful effect on the brain. Good carbs improve mood, memory, and focus. They release steady glucose that keeps your brain functioning smoothly. Fruits, whole grains, and vegetables also contain nutrients that protect the brain from inflammation. Bad carbs overstimulate the brain. They cause dopamine spikes, similar to what happens when someone consumes addictive substances. This is why junk food feels comforting at first, but leaves you mentally foggy and low on energy later. The role of fiber. Fiber is the key factor that separates good carbs from bad ones. Fiber slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps your gut healthy. Most carbs, the bad carbs, have little to no fiber. They enter the bloodstream too fast and overwhelm your system. Good carbs naturally contain fiber because they come from whole plant foods. Fiber also feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut, which play a major role in immune function, mood, and even metabolism. Without enough fiber, digestion weakens, cravings increase, and fat loss becomes harder. Hidden bad carbs that look healthy. Not all bad carbs look like junk food. Some hide behind labels like low fat, natural, or whole grain. Popular examples include flavored yogurt, granola bars, instant oatmeal packets, fruit juices, white pasta, and sugar coated cereals. These foods look healthy, but they are often filled with added sugar, artificial ingredients, and refined carbs. They may give you a quick energy boost, but they behave like junk food inside your body. The best way to identify good carbs is to choose foods with minimal processing and natural fiber. How to build a balanced plate. A balanced plate includes fiber, rich carbs, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Combining these three slows digestion and keeps blood sugar stable. For example, pairing brown rice with chicken and vegetables creates a steady energy release. Combining oats with nuts and fruit creates a filling breakfast. Eating a balanced mix prevents overeating and supports a healthy metabolism. A good formula is simple. Fill half your plate with vegetables, add a source of protein, add a serving of good carbs like quiche, beans, or whole grains. Examples of good carbs. Here are some of the best carbs to include in your diet. Oats are high in fiber and support digestion. Quiche contains protein and minerals. Sweet potatoes provide slow energy and vitamins. Brown rice supports gut health. Beans and lentils stabilize blood sugar. Fruits like apples, berries, and oranges offer natural sweetness and fiber. Vegetables like carrots, broccoli, and leafy greens provide nutrients without causing blood sugar spikes. These foods nourish your body, keep you full, and also make sure your weight's under control. Examples of bad carbs to limit. Here are some carbs that slow your metabolism and increase cravings. White bread digests too fast and causes sugar spikes. Sugary cereals are filled with refined grains and added sugar. Candy, sodas, and sweets overload the body with sugar. Chips and crackers create a cycle of salt and carb cravings. Instant noodles and pastries contain refined flour that the body stores as fat. These foods are easy to overeat because they digest too quickly and do not satisfy hunger. How to transition from bad carbs to good carbs. Shifting to better carbs does not have to be difficult. Start by replacing one bad carb with one good carb each day. Switch white rice to brown rice. Replace sugary breakfast cereal with oats. Choose fruit instead of dessert. Use whole grain bread instead of white bread. Replace chips with nuts or popcorn. Make small changes slowly so your body adjusts without feeling deprived. Over time, your cravings for bad carbs decrease as your blood sugar stabilizes. Why you should not fear carbs. Carbs are not the enemy. Your body needs them. Your brain loves them. Your muscles depend on them. What harms your health is not the presence of carbs, but the wrong kinds of carbs. When you choose carbs that come from whole natural foods, you gain energy, balance, and long-lasting fullness. When you choose processed carbs, you gain cravings, fatigue, and weight. Understanding the difference sets you free from carb fear. The final message. Carbs are power when you choose them wisely. In the end, the truth about carbs is simple. They can fuel your life or drain your energy. They can keep you full or keep you craving more. They can support your health or sabotage it silently. The smallest choices: a bowl of oats instead of sugary cereal, a sweet potato instead of fries, fruit instead of candy, have the power to transform your energy and your body. So the next time you sit down to eat, pause for a moment, ask yourself, is this carb feeding my cravings or fueling my life? Because carbs were never the villain. They were always your body's preferred source of power. You just have to choose the ones that return that power back to you.